Rise and shine, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning, Lily. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Lily, you're still in traffic?
No, it's just, the street now. I'm about to get to beach. I had the craziest morning, guys, and I left my house like 20 minutes earlier than what I usually do, and the street was closed, and then I had to find a way around.
Wow.
But it wasn't too bad. Honestly, I'm a really crazy driver. I drive fast, and I also drive on the carpool lane, even though there's nobody else in the car with me.
Are you kidding me?
But look, if I wouldn't have done that, I probably would have been like 30 minutes late to work, and I'm not about that stuff, like, it's okay.
Well, just to share with everybody, I realized that there's one thing that I have no willpower, and that's food. I went to Tucson to watch season training for the Dodgers. Right, I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Flew back on Monday, and then on Thursday I flew out. I drove out to Big Bear to go skiing. Right, but the problem is that I stopped drinking for a while, so I drank as they forced. What do you call it when you're around people and they force you to drink and eat?
Yeah, peer pressure, peer
Peer
pressure.
And I said no, 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 no. So I ended up going over the whole weekend. I think it's like with all together maybe like 2,500 calories over, which means I gained 6 pounds and my stomach grew 7 inches. No, 0.75 inches. I measure all the time. Just like I run my business, I run my health, right? So it's back to working out twice a day till I get back to where I want to be. Point being is no matter what you do, you got to enjoy life. I do it because I like it. Okay, I like it. And I want to live a long time. Followed by my business, I put it on automatic. So I'm going to show you all to give you an overview because I know we got a lot of new members and you haven't seen my business from the beginning to the end. You see the bits and pieces. It's all in the blueprint ready for you guys to go, but it isn't going to work if you don't initiate it. I'm going to say it one more time. It's not going to work if you don't initiate it. Some of you may think you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, but you're not, right? You do bits and pieces of it. And, it would be like if I'm handing you the keys to a Ferrari, right? And you need to learn that Ferrari so when you take it out, you don't mess it up, right? In this particular case, you have room to mess it up because every time you mess up, you learn how you're going to improve. So let's get started. It's 9:04 before we get going. I know a lot of people are going to start trickling in, but if you guys don't mind, everybody say good morning at the same time at the count of three. I always don't count, Lily. So I'm going to count this. I'm going to count slow. On three, everybody say good morning. I think I should hear 30 voices at least.
Everybody should be on mute already, and I see nobody off mute.
Oh, you're right. That's all right. And that's how I can confirm. So I'm waiting for those cameras to go off mute. It's about me to go off mute. I'm going to count to three. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning.
Good
morning.
Got a couple of them there trailing in. There are not many good mornings. I guess either the family's still asleep and you don't want to wake them up, and what might be what it is. All right. Let's get going here. It's 9:04. And let's give you the overview. One second, everybody. I'm hungry.
Me too.
All right. As you all know, you go to the listingagent.info. It's all there for you. There's a QR code. All right. Many of you are here through the school. Okay. School, you're able to still watch everything we do and when we give the classes. I think that's today when you're available. If any of you have any questions, don't call me. Okay. Call Lily. Lily's there to help you guys answer your questions. I'll try to get back to you guys, but I'm a realtor just like you guys. And the reason I do all of this is because I buy properties. So every time I do this, Somebody brings me an opportunity, and I appreciate that. And that's what I look for is opportunities to buy properties. I'll either keep it, I'll flip it, or we don't want it. I'll help you wholesale it so you can make some money on that transaction. At 10 o'clock today, I brought Andy. We talked about Andy, I think it was last week, right? Andy is a young man who's 19 that I'm building his business and Jennifer's because he's going to be a prime example on how quickly he's picking up. So I'm going to be interviewing him. He goes to school, guys. He goes to school. All right. So we'll be interviewing him tomorrow, today, okay, uh, with our implementation members. And then tomorrow, I'll have him on also, okay, for a brief moment, on Wednesday, which is when I teach you guys how to win listings. I got them, but you're not going to be able to close if you're not utilizing the blueprint pattern. And I modified the net sheet because right now we're going to start getting what's called appraisal shortages. And I see listings, they sell, they fall out of escrow. It's going to be happening like crazy, and you need a solution. I've been through these worlds when the appraisals don't come in, so I created another tab in the net sheet. I already fixed the unit. So when you're at an appointment for units and you're trying to get the seller to price it right because he thinks it's worth $2 million when it's not worth that much, I added one more tab. And that's only for the new implementation members or the current members that are currently with us. So you'll be able to get access to that. All right. Today's class, I got to tell you guys, real estate is so awesome. Okay. Man, for many of you who do real estate, you own real estate, right? And for many of you, you're new, you probably don't own some, but once you start buying real estate, your wealth grows so quickly. Okay. So I encourage you, if you're a realtor, you should be buying real estate. And if you're renting, guys, pump it up, hurry up, because real estate is amazing. It's one of the careers that will pay you more than what doctors make. Okay. Yeah, doctors get paid consistently, but as long as you create a pattern, you'll get money coming in. And I don't care if you're part-time or full-time. There is no excuse. All right. Now, how have I built a business? Well, I did it while I was part-time, just to let you know, like everybody else. Between 1986 to 1990, I was part-time. I was making more money selling real estate, but I was afraid to let go because I had insurance, right? I had insurance. I had that security check coming in all the time. My broker said to me, I will pay you a payroll, quit your job. I quit my job. And I went to him and I go, can I have my payroll check? And he goes, I was lying to you. I just needed to create some courage in you so you quit your job. I was scared. I was pissed, right? I quit my job in 1990. And guess what happens? The world ended. The first shift I have ever experienced was 1991. I quit my job in 1990. I had bought 3 pieces of real estate. I sold 2 of them and I kept one. Okay. I didn't know and I did not understand that real estate comes back. When I started was in 1986. The first shift had just gone through, so I got into the tail end of it, so I was able to adapt. I'll say it one more time. In 1986, when I got into the business, the recession was barely ending. So it was really, I thought it was going to be good forever, and that's when the 1990 shift happened. Okay. Since then, there's been multiple shifts, right? I don't know if you all remember in 2007, it was a short term, no, it was 2001. It was a short term shift. And that's when 9/11 happened. Man, the market took off like crazy. And it was beautiful, unfortunately, for the event that had happened. Between 2001 to 2007, it was amazing. And in 2007, countrywide fell apart. I'm telling you this is because there's going to be shifts, there's going to be changes in our lives, and I've learned to adapt with every single one of them. And I'm going to tell you the ingredients that you need to survive these shifts. Okay. So in 2008, when that shift happened, I was ready for it, guys. By the way, between 1991 and 2007, I'm always where all the businesses, and I was handling a lot of bank repos. Okay. In 2007, I did not want to get back into that world because I was literally taking homes from families that they had nowhere to go. I'd show up, do a lockout, and them and their 4 little kids had to pack up the car and they'd have to leave. Yes, I was making money in 1991 to 2007, but I don't want to see that again in 2007. So I didn't pursue that market of bank repos. I bought them, but I didn't do the eviction part. Here we come COVID hits. Oh my God, COVID hits, and a lot of agents were suffering. So between that time to current, yeah, we all felt it, right? A lot of people lost family. The world ended for many. But since then, I'm telling you, I've had to adapt more than ever. But with that, I always have to have an agenda. If you wake up in the morning and you have a written plan of what your day's going to be, you're in trouble, everybody. You are in trouble. You have to have a written agenda. And for the implementation members, I gave you the class. It's not open to everybody, but I let you all see this class. I think it was 2 weeks ago. That class is how you run your business. You have to have an agenda. And this is a preview. This is my agenda, guys. This is my whole month, week is planned. Not the month, the week is planned. Okay. There are things that repeat itself over and over, and yes, they are on the month. And then as your business grows, you cannot do everything. You can't be micromanaging. You have to have faith that team members are able to do stuff for you. So you have to have people who you delegate to. And I delegate a lot. Realtors will call me, lenders will call me to give me a status on their offer. A lender will call me because that's what you get are taught. A lender will call me and say, "Hey, I'm calling to give you the status of my." I go, "Dude, don't call me. Call my transaction coordinator." If I take 15 minutes and you have 2 transactions and you get with each guy, lender calling you 10 times, 10 transactions, 3 hours of your day, whatever the calculation would be. If you handle every incoming call and your inventory starts going, all these agents are calling you, right? You have to receive your call, but you got to keep it short. You know, if you're going to go to lunch with them because they want to do a deal with you, you're losing precious time. So one of the key things is you got to have an agenda to run your business. These are the 3 core items I have. Okay. You have to have a system to capture, you have to have a system to manage, and you have to have the system to close. Now, if you are an individual and all you do is you call, that's cool. But if this is your primary business, is your voice, ensure it. I'm going to say it one more time and listen to me carefully, okay? You have a lot of Mike Ferry agents who cold call. You're driving one day, you crash. You don't have a voice for 6 months, and that is your primary business. You own your real estate. You are in trouble. So what I've done is you need to insure your business. My business is insured. Everything I do, if I'm driving down the street right now and not getting wiped out, I have business insurance that I get paid, and I have insurance for my personal. So I will be okay. If I can no longer work, I have long-term disability, I have temporary disability. If I die, I'm insured. If I actually kill somebody by mistake, okay, I'm insured. My net worth is insured. So right now, this is not to give you an overview of depressing you. I'm just giving you an overview of how I run my business. Can you guys get excited when I'm talking? Lily, if I miss anything, because you know how we run this, please tell me, okay? You pop in there and tell me if I missed something. All right. Capture leads, manage them, and close them. If you cold call, great. Make sure you have insurance so if anything happens to you, you're covered. All right. These are the tools that I utilize that I tell you over in many different ways, and I put them in different places. Okay. And I've always been adapting. If you notice, Google presence has always been part of my life. Landing pages, it used to be websites. In the last 3 years, it went to landing pages. No more. I still use my website. I had no idea. I was talking to my website people, and they showed me the history on my website. So I revamped my website, everybody. I needed to because apparently it's getting a lot of traffic from senior citizens. Everything we did, we used to call what are called tracking numbers. There were signs for billboards, signs for yard signs. I said that wrong. Tracking phone numbers for billboards, ads, whatever I did, it had its own tracking number. I dropped those because they started to be, they didn't, a lot of the companies that I was using would not allow the tracking number to be on there. They even had their own phone numbers. So I dropped tracking numbers. That saved me, I'm going to say like $700 a month. Okay. Offers to sellers. This is what I call irresistible offers. And I hope this makes a lot of sense. This is how I capture clients, everybody. Capture clients is through the irresistible offers that I put out there. You know, we buy your homes for cash, $100 just to meet with me at no obligation, all that stuff. Okay. Branding, guys, you know, I tell you over and over, do not brand your company. Brand your name. And I'll give you some examples right now. But many of you may have the company email. If there's brokers on here, forgive me. I'm not trying to take your agents, but you are a realtor and you own your own business. So if you have an email and you leave a company, as we spoke previously, Caroline was on here last week, and I think she told everybody she used to work for a company, and she had their CRM, had their email, everything had their stuff. So the moment she moved her business, she had to adjust. Thank God she had everybody's information and she reached out to everybody. Point being is, everybody, I've always branded myself with my own domain, my own phone number, everything that I have. By the way, domains. If you're a realtor and I'm going to email you at, you know, maricelahenry@gmail.com, guys, you are realtors. Get your own domain. It should be Maricela at whatever your domain would be. Okay.
It's amazing, Angel. It's amazing that you got agents selling properties making 20,000, 30,000 a pop, and they're still using a Gmail account. I'm always like, what in the world? And then sometimes they don't even remember what their Gmail email is, right? It's just, it's amazing. It's like, hey, if you were going to start a business tomorrow, which you do have businesses, you would not just go, okay, I'm just going to use my Gmail account. It's insane. It's a business. You got to think of what is your business name and then go by the domain and now set up your email. I don't get it.
Thank you.
People
Thank
I
you.
think they need to know how to do that. I don't know why they don't.
Look at Caroline. She's all branded, all of her stuff right there. By the way, everybody, if you're afraid, if you have, for example, Ephraim@gmail.com, don't worry, still keep it, but you forward it to the domain that you're building. Eventually, everybody's going to get your correct email. Ephraim Lopez at realtors.com, whatever that would be. And, you know, I think I would probably drop it because it's cheap, you know, a year and a half later. Point being is get your own domain. Thank you, Caroline, for your input. That was so valuable.
Angel, you know what's smart about what you did too is your domain is just angelandpatty.com, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could use that for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anything. And that was the whole point with First Call Carolyn. That could be for anything.
Like right now, I could Google I know First Call Carolyn and it's going to come up, right?
Right. Well, as far as I know, I haven't Googled myself lately, but yeah, but you're the one that taught me though. You're the one that taught me that said, hey, people are going to see your name first because First Call Carolyn wasn't really as, you know, I don't know if you could find it by just First Call Carolyn. So you said, make sure people can see on your signs, Carolyn Vasquez. And that's how I got a listing appointment for Wednesday, was somebody saw the sign.
When I look in the city that you want it, I do find First Call Carolyn. It pops.
Oh, good.
It pops.
Oh, goody. It's getting up there. But yeah, you're the one that's Angel. If I didn't do my signs the way you told me to do my signs, I would have went about it the same way as I used to go about it, which was, you know, you see the company name first, and then you see the agent's name at the bottom somewhere really small. And you said, no, people got to search your name. You have to be searchable. So yeah, my sign says Carolyn Vasquez, big bold letters. So
listen to Carolyn Vasquez.
Colors.
Yes, I'm telling you. So you got to do it the way Angel is telling you. Don't divert from what he's telling you. And if you haven't done your signs yet, call him and ask him, how should I do my signs? How do you think this looks? What do you think? What should I change? Because I'm telling you, I did it exactly as Angel said.
Don't follow me. In the class.
Oh.
I'm a reader. You know, when everybody calls me, you know, I'm not ignoring you guys. It's just that, hey, I'm a realtor. I'm a
Got
realtor.
it.
I'm a broker. I'm an investor. You know, when I do this, I do it during this time. So ask me here. Ask me here. All right. So with that said, also what we do is remember the reviews, the branding is you. Thank you, Caroline. Again, your input's always so valuable. CRM guys, many of you are still managing your business off, you know, on paper. And as the leads grow, you really need to use your CRM, which we give you the CRM to capture the leads. But then I encourage you to have your own CRM. You import it into yours, okay? Or you can keep using ours. It doesn't really matter. Point being is you need to make sure you're running your business on a CRM and be on social media. You may not like it, but right now you got baby boomers that are on Facebook, some are on Instagram. You got the baby boomers, children, adult children on Instagram and TikTok. Well, TikTok is kind of tickling there, but you know, I would still ran on all three. When we post on Instagram, and from there it goes on all the other platforms. So social media, as you all know, if you don't have it, we have the videos in the implement in the blueprint that you can go pull them out and put them all in there. In the package that we offer, it's already built for you. Today, again, it's a review. All right. So as you know, I show you all how to capture. Then there's managing, which the managing is the CRM. Okay. Then there's the listing presentation and the seller's net sheet. Okay. And I'm going to just kind of break it down this way. You right now, Wednesday's classes is when I show you. Okay. And the majority of realtors, unfortunately, here's what I see. You know it. Realtors know it. Realtors kill their own deals. I see so many properties, and I'm talking to the realtors, right? They kill their own deals. They start talking of and killing deals, and it's not their client, it's the realtor. And sometimes I have to manipulate and talk to the realtor. Point being is I'm telling you right now, on Wednesdays is when I give you the knowledge not to kill your own deals and how to resolve problems when you're trying to get a listing. Okay. Because I'm telling you right now, you got to become a problem solver for your clients. You're going to meet with the seller, and I meet with, so here's a good one. And Andy in the interview, we're going to talk about it, right? Uh, that what's the company called? Funds Advantage makes an offer to a client. You guys know the story for 500, for he thinks he's going to pay 510. No, they lied to him. They're giving him 510 and paying his mortgage. They were paying the mortgage and giving him 510 because his actual walkaway was going to be 450, 460 with a normal sale. He signed the contract. He's screwed. Now he's got to hire an attorney to dissolve that contract. In the places he didn't know this, he hired another realtor, right? That realtor, the moment he put it on the market, he got sued by someone. And this is what I teach you in the classes, how to resolve it. So immediately he calls me, boom, 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 boom. I gave him the solutions. I'm picking that property up as a wholesale. We already got the buyer for it, right? And deal's going to be done. We'll talk about that at 10 o'clock. Oh, what I'm trying to tell you is part of my business, no, one of the components is solving problems for clients. And many realtors don't know how to do that. And since I do so many, we act that out in our class. I give you, our audience, what the subject's going to be, and then you pretend to be that client, and you cut, you do what you're going to do to me. And my job is to, at the end of that class, at the end of that presentation, to ask you, when can we take the pictures? Okay. And most of the time, I got you. I won't let you go. Once again, I just want to give you an example of branding, guys. Coca-Cola is a big brand, okay? And when you put your name on something, see, Coca-Cola, we already know what it says. But if you didn't know what Coca-Cola was, you couldn't read that. Many of you, when you do your signs, if you're not a brand in your city and you only put up your signs once a year, don't do that. You got to make sure you put your sign where people can actually see it. I'm not Coca-Cola, so I had to put my name where you can see it. See, Angel and Patty Hernandez. My logo is the same size as my name. So I'm in compliance, okay, with the Department of Real Estate. And if people go to Google and they go, who is this Angel? And even if you spell it out as A-N-D, Fernandez, I'm going to come up. All right. You see the phone number? We don't use those numbers. Those are tracking numbers. I left it there because I wanted to give you an example. So my tracking numbers would tell me I got a yard sign. When the call would come in, it would say yard sign. Call would come in, it would say open house sign, billboard, whatever it would be. Okay. One more example of branding. I got 3 of these vans, right? These vans hold my open house signs, and they drive around all over the city on the weekend. So people see mini billboards rolling around, adapting everybody. You see this sign here? You see how well it stands out? But see, it says not an open house. I don't know if you guys remember during COVID, we could not have open houses. Okay. So we created a sign, right, that brought traffic. People would see my signs for, guess what? I was only really putting signs out there directing traffic because I had listings. And when they got to the property, that's where we were using our Matterport. We were doing virtual tours so people could see the tour of our property. I had to improvise. So all of you, as you're with me, you will always improvise and adapt with me. Those of you who lead, I watch a lot of them, and a lot of them are doing really good. Others are barely hanging in there. They never really kept going. Okay. So I'm not telling you I'm perfect. It's just I'm able to talk to you guys, and then you guys give me some scenarios, and I now realize I adapt and I put it on how we do business. Okay. So we talked about branding. All this happens. You got demanding like crazy, but you got to be ready, guys, for your presentation. As you know, during the classes, I showed you, and it's in your portal, how I do the presentation. It's recorded right to the point, how I present in 3 components. Next being the main one, and the actual listing presentation being the part when I finally ask, when can we take the pictures? All this is in your portal. Okay, let's do an overview on leads. Okay, as you all know, Patty, are you there right now? Is my wife on? I didn't get Patty's permission.
Yes, I'm on here.
All right, I didn't get your permission to put your picture on here. Okay, so
Okay.
so what I did, everybody. Okay, we have free lead sources and we have paid lead sources. All right. So by the way, everybody say good morning to Patty.
Good morning, Patty.
Good morning.
Good
Good morning, Patty.
Morning, Patty.
Morning, Patty.
Morning, Patty.
Good morning, Patty.
Tuesday.
We've been married for I think 36. We've been together almost 40 years, 36. But she's lucky because I'm so handsome. So that's why she's still with me.
No, he's lucky because he won the lottery with me.
Okay.
Patty, que aguante.
Right?
Say it again. Look how red I turned, guys. Patty's gonna get mad at me in a moment because I said that. All right.
I tell Patty que aguante. I mean, she's strong. She's a strong lady.
I try.
All right. So here are the sources that I utilize, and I tell you all, just to recap, and you already know this, I just give it to you in different formats, but this is part of my business. Google Presence, everybody. It's free. Make sure, as I tell you, sign up with every single portal that's out there. That just generates lead after lead. And sometimes these leads just kind of pile up with each other. Past clients. I really am bad at reaching out to past clients. I really am. But in the long run, when the service is so great, they look for me. Okay. They look for me. So, we have a system, we send an email, we ask for review, and we do it. And it's not me, it's being delegated by one of my VAs, but it still keeps me in front of them. I'm not a master with past clients, but I do generate about 8 to 13 leads in a month. Okay. It doesn't mean it goes anywhere, but they're good leads is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay. Door knocking. All right. So I used to door knock around my listings. I don't do it anymore. I tell my office, my team, guys, I get a listing, go hit the door or send out a letter. And they come back with leads. How do I know? Because they tell me, they're listing properties around mine, and I can live with that because I have my own escrow, right? So I get escrow business. So I get dimes and nickels from different places. So door knocking, I don't do, but you should be doing it if you get a listing. I don't know if you guys noticed. A listing goes up. Next thing you know, with the next 2-3 days, another people listings go up in the neighborhood, and you guys are losing them. I get them by sending out my letter that I get to all of you that goes around the neighborhood. So that's where I generate a lot of those leads so we don't lose them. Open houses, everybody. Oh my God. Open houses has been a big part of my business. Open houses gives me free branding, okay? And open houses for my agents while they sit at the open house, as Andy's going to tell you, he knows how to ask the questions and he's a beast, right? As many of you are, you're a beast, a lot of you, because when you're not open house, I told you what questions to ask. You look at the body language when you ask that question, and boom, you just picked up another lead. And if you're really good at it, they accumulate really, really fast. Okay, open houses. And then social media, guys, like I said, that is free, but you can also pay for it. Social media is one thing that's been getting a lot of our business coming our way. Okay. Now, this is paid stuff. This is trying to give you an idea. Open houses. Guys, I remember I said I delegate. My drivers, I think the driver gets $24 an hour, right? Because he's young and he's good and he's the one that manages the other drivers. And I don't want to lose him because he goes out and he does everything I need him to do. Then I have to pay for the fuel. Okay. But see, if you break down the time that I have to put up my signs, I want to do 24 signs. My time is very expensive. So I delegated that to a driver. I'm telling you to go put up to get a driver. You need to do it yourself and take that money and pay for whatever it's going to do to get you the leads. For example, my Google ads. Right now, I'm at about $1,000, right? We generate a lot of leads and they go into my portal and they get, what's the word? I can't even think of the word. We follow up, we follow up, we follow up, we follow up. Okay. This is what I mean right here. There it is. Their nurturing system, everybody, right? My VAs call. And as you all know, we call 4 times, everybody. We call 4 times in one day. This is the follow up. And after that, it gets moved. Step 2, it gets moved where we call them once a week, right? For 8 weeks. After that, it goes from an A to a B where they get called every other week. Point being is this is another class. It's the follow-up system that you need to have in place for these leads, okay? Then we have Zillow. I don't pay Zillow a dime, but everybody goes to Zillow or they go to Redfin. So you gotta have a profile in there. When people read my profile, well, I get leads without even having to pay them. I think we listed one of them just recently and we're in escrow. Chris, you went to that one for me. That's the one on 80th Street, right?
Yes, sir.
There it is. That's one of the leads that always comes in on a monthly basis, and I don't pay them a dime. Expires. Okay, we do expires off and on. I think I'm bringing it back. There's going to be a lot of expires. I looked in Whittier. There is a lot of inventory, and it's not selling. So I don't know why, but it's time to get the expired letter to go out there and start, going after these people. Right? You can call them or I can send a letter. It's either one. Calling is more effective because they're going to answer. I just don't want to call them. Yeah, I don't like to do that. Mailouts, okay? Mailouts for us, it's $1.10, right? Every time we get a listing, we send out 100 letters around our properties. This is where we get a lot of our leads. Realtor referrals. I get referrals from outside from outside areas because they Google my name and that alone, when they see us on Google, they see we're selling properties and they, sometimes it's just me and sometimes it's another realtor. There's 2 of us. And then again, social media. Sometimes I do pay for our ads, everybody. Sometimes I do pay to run our ads. This is our free paid lead sources. And then this is the one I tell you all, guys, you should be logging on to all these companies, okay? Sign up for them. There's no guarantee you're going to get leads from them. But what it does is when you have them in your portal, this is the part that I tell you over and over. They like my irresistible offer. They go to the landing page, and you guys know this part already. They go to the landing page, auto-populates into the CRM, right? Once it auto-populates into the CRM, we start calling like crazy, which is what you see here. I crossed myself off, everybody. I don't know if you realize that, but I've been doing so many listing appointments. I've been taking a lot of time off that I realized I'm not calling anymore. So, now I just monitor and I log on to make sure that every single one of these leads is being called like crazy. And sometimes the lead will call and say, please stop bothering me. Which then allows us to call them back and have a conversation. We're so sorry, apologize. Is there anything we can do? And it allows us to have a conversation when why originally they have logged on. So the follow-up has a lot to do with it. Okay, let's do a little recap. Here it is, everybody. Here, you see the little arrows? Branding and marketing, Google. Why do they call us? How does it happen? Irresistible offers. They go to my landing pages, right? They're free. They're in your CRM, right? I give you this. You hear from me. What happens next? We set up an appointment, right? And, there's follow-up scripts, and the scripts really are just numbers, right? And we're talking about the irresistible offer, and we get to use the net sheet, right? So my VAs are doing this over and over, trying to set up an appointment. Boom. Appointment is set. Okay. We do the net sheet. Okay. And I ask the question I always ask. When do we take the pictures? We get the listing. What do? We should be door knocking. I don't do it anymore. The team does it. Okay. And when you door knock, you're going to leave an irresistible offer on the doorbell, which I've shared with you guys multiple times. Okay. After that, you repeat the process. And this is how it goes, everybody. And this is part of our business. This is how we generate a lot of leads, and many of them don't cost us anything. It's just the effort that you put into it. Okay. All right. In our package, as you all know, I tell you guys to go out and find these things, but everybody wants to charge you $1 million. And all I do is we give you the whole setup, and you get everything that we do, as you all know, that are part of us. And many of you have been with us for a long time, and many of you, it does not work for you. It's not me. It's you. I'll say it one more time. It's not me. It's you. Okay. And if it doesn't work, it's because many people are just stuck in their way and they won't modify. Now, you don't have to do it exactly how I do it, but it gives you an idea to work off of. And then from there, you alter it to your personality and to who you are. And what works best for you, that's what you need to do. But pretty much that's the overview that you need in our world. Okay. So here's what I just shared with you. These are all the tools that I use in my business. Google Ads, which I give you mine. Landing pages, which I give you the ones we utilize. A CRM, because that's how I follow up with my business. A listing appointment that I has changed. It has changed so many times, right? Because the world just keeps changing. So the listing appointment has been changing. Texting, email automation. I don't know if any of you remember, but we were texting like crazy and emailing. I had to stop because this year the laws changed. So now we're texting in a different way and emailing in a different way. I'm getting different calls from companies offering me to do AI. We did AI, but I lost more clients. But the new AI that's coming out seems a little bit more real, okay? Because they're already in your lead system. That AI sounds like the real human. And I'm looking into that one to see how that works for us. All right. And you need a calling platform. Right now, like Andy, when he started, he was making calls from his phone. And I said, and then he said, Andy couldn't remember what took place during that conversation. I said, Andy, that's what we use the calling platform. When you get through your CRM, your call gets recorded and you can always reflect back to that. And if you need to pass it on to a team member, like I do over and over, the team goes in and hears the recording of how that conversation went with the V8, myself, or whoever it was. Okay. So that's so important for your business. This is how I run my business. Social media, and it's become part of my life, right? And I've gotten so good at it. Many of you didn't have one. So I gave it to you. I set it up for you. So these are the components on how I run my business, followed by what I'm trying to get you guys to get to your goals. And that when you're doing all this, if you find me a deal, that's why I give you 2 live classes. I give you on 9 o'clock today, and I give you Wednesday so you're able to close. And then we do one more with the implementation members at 10. And then you have one on Wednesday with Mark. When all this is done, when we do the classes, they're recorded for you. So pretty much everybody, I just gave you a full overview on how I run my business. Now I'll open up this for questions. Is there anything I can help you guys with? No, I was everything I get to eat. It's only 9:40.
Angel, you got people on here that aren't part of the listing agent yet?
So what we have here is the listing agent, and then we open this up to a lot of audience, which is the school program. So through and Lynn knows more than I do. What are we doing, Lynn?
So the school is a free community where we invite realtors to join our Tuesday classes at 9 a.m. for free. But that's it. They don't get access to the training portal where you can watch all the recorded classes, and they don't get the 8 social media posts that they could download and post on their social media for free, copy and paste. And they don't get classes for Wednesdays and Thursdays.
And did they get the net sheet?
No.
Oh, damn, they don't have the net sheet?
They just get free information on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. What's stopping you from joining
Well,
our
that's a good
agent
question, Carolyn.
community? Great
Many-
question.
Many realtors don't realize that when they go to a listing appointment, they sit there and they use what the title company has given them. They use what the MLS has given them. They use what the other, what do you call them? The other speakers out there have given them.
Oh,
But when you go, it honestly, you are all handling a client's biggest asset, which is real estate. So when you show them the piece of paper and you're scratching back and forth, you do not look like a pro. When you go in there and you show the same screen that everybody is showing, you're not going to win. It comes down to numbers and knowledge. So when I sit down as Carolyn, as you know, we show clients their numbers. We break them down. Hey, who's that?
Larry Hughes and Jesse Sanchez.
Okay, I got Larry. Okay. So when we sit down and we break down the numbers, I don't care if you're brand new or a seasoned agent, when you're breaking down those numbers and they come up with the problem that nobody can resolve, it's the numbers. You know, good example. The example that I was just talking about yesterday. The gentleman owns $350,000, right? I became a financial planner last night, and the house he wants to buy is $350,000. He signed up for a solar panel that he is one signed, but he didn't authorize it, and now he owes $15,000. So I'm going to try to renegotiate that for him. I showed him how to do that. He owes 30. We're going to see if we can pay 15. He signed a contract with Seller's Advantage, and they screwed him. And the way those guys operate to get out of the contract, you got to pay him anywhere between $10,000 to $20,000. That's how they operate. So my TC Cindy, she's going to call and try to negotiate that amount. So I became the financial planner, breaking it all down. He has a doctor in the back who says, "I'm not leaving, Dad. I don't like you. You got to give me $10,000." So I put it in the system, right? And the financial planner, now we got him down where he's only going to have $57,000 left. Remember, this is his life. This gentleman's 77 years old. This is his life. And he goes, huh? I could see it in his face. How is he going to do all this? I broke it down. The other realtor who actually listed it didn't have a solution, right? So what happens now is the other realtor says, "You know what? If Angel gets it, I'm suing you for my commission." Okay. What is it called? The company Smart. Okay. Seller's Advantage told the realtor who got it, you list it, they send him a notification by an attorney. If you list it, we're going to sue you. All right. Well, I have an LLC, which is called Masons. Masons offered him, this is the solution, $761,000. I'm buying it cash. Okay. And I'm going to turn around and sell it to one of my agents' buyers for $840,000. My assignment fee, 60 grand. But I get him out of all this mess. My assignment is 60 grand because
Nice.
I've already figured out how to do this because I had the solution for the gentleman. My point being is you are with me, and I'm going to show you every time I run into a problem, it comes down to the numbers. And I'm going to show you every time I run into, I share with you, you guys are going to role play it. So when you're at a real appointment, you're going to remember, oh shit, Angel gave me this idea, blah, 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 and you guys right away come up with the solution, okay? Or if you have a problem, bring it to us, we'll act it out, and then you go back and you meet with that client, all right? All right, everybody. Any other questions I can help you guys with?
Angel, after these classes, we have like a 10 meeting class, which is on Wednesday.
Yeah, implementation members are at 10. And let you guys know what implementation is. I give you more attention during that time. It doesn't guarantee you're going to make a lot of money, It's just the time that I sit there and I will answer more questions and you tell me what your problem is and I'll try to help you resolve it. Okay. I'll try how to build your business. In the end, for many of you, it's people out there, guys. I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. Okay. But when you put the time into it, I'm gonna back up one more time. I'm gonna tell you, this business is stressful for a lot of you. I'm not gonna lie, it's stressful. But if you're a cop, it's stressful. If you're a doctor, it's stressful. If you're an attorney, it's stressful. If you're a parent, it's stressful. No matter what we do, it's stressful. It's
Being
just
Being
broke.
broke,
Being broke is stressful.
yeah. There you go.
being rich,
Being rich is
being rich
stressful.
being rich is stressful. All right. Okay. So fucking you drive Maseratis and they tell you you're spending $700 a month. That's fucking stressful. You have a $2 million house and the roof is out. So no matter where you're at, it's stressful. It's just a
And you know what
mindset,
else
guys.
is stressful? Setting up your system and your platform. That's why we have the implementation, guys, so we can set it up for you. So you don't have to waste so much time and so much money. That's great. See,
And-
I have the answers
and
to
I'm
all your guys' problems.
Lillian, I'm going to recap on that. Just as we're doing the implementation for you guys, it's not to tell you, I'm guaranteeing you guys are going to make a lot of money. It's just to help you expedite, put your systems in place. Okay. And if you are not, many of you will sit there and go, I understand. I can't do nothing for you there. It's up to you. If we set it up for you and you're telling me, I don't understand, and I'm going to tell you, it's not my fault. I'm telling you how we do this. And if you can't adapt, you can't adapt other things that are out there in real life, guys. So, if you want me to set the entire thing for you, then I have to charge you $10,000. Okay. I'm here just to simplify for you to save you a lot of money as much as possible. So you know where I'm at and what I'm doing and how I operate. All right. And hoping that in the process, you guys come across a deal that I can buy. Remember, everybody, every time I pick up a project and I sell them, I make money off of those projects. Okay. So if you have one out there, please send them our way. So I think I'm pretty much done. I covered everything. I'll just say this much, guys. Anything that I say that if it comes off arrogant, nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. If anything that I say that sounds like I'm being rude, that's not what I'm trying to do. Sometimes I tell you guys things because I want to make sure you guys hear the message and hope that it makes an impact so you guys can do what you need to do. All right.
It's tough love, and at the end of the day, it's all advice. I always say, do what you
that's
want to
right.
do.
What was that, Rudy?
Angel, I have a
I
question.
said that's right. The people they got to
Rudy,
be
where's your camera today? You don't have a camera.
Oh man, the shit's broke. It probably looks better with that thing on there. I don't know. Hey,
Hey,
anyways, yeah, if you're not consistent in what you're doing, you're not going to make no money. Everybody wants to jump around and do this and do that and blah 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 and go to this and go to that. If you don't have a foundation which you're providing for them, they're not going to make no money. So you got to be
look,
consistent. I've been with Angel almost 2 years. I'm glad I got there when I got there, but I know the deal.
You guys are my longest relationship. I'll tell you that much.
There's Rudy right there, guys. You can see Rudy right there.
And Carolyn.
And there's Caroline. All right, guys. Oh, and by the way, for many of you, this is where you go. This is the CRM. This is where we host our classes. This is where you get everything you need. All right. And here's my button. Here's my favorite button.
Hey guys, free button.
That's my favorite button.
You know what,
You guys
Angel?
bring me a deal.
I think a lot of realtors don't even realize about selling the fixers, off market and to submit the deals for you. I didn't even realize how that worked until I met you. You guys have taught me so much on, off market deals and finding fixers and other alternative ways to, make it work for the client that I never even knew existed. So, man, I didn't realize there were people on here that didn't join yet.
Hey, Angel, you have like some video for flip or how to calculate the flip, how to calculate the investment?
It's all in the training portal.
It's there.
Yep.
It's all there. It shows you.
Can you show it? What is it?
Yeah, what I'll do is when we're in the next class, I'll walk you through it. But in the portal, there is everything, how we flip. And by the way, Caroline just said something. Everybody, we're not just realtors now, okay? We're not just realtors. Okay. We're commercial brokers. We're investors. We're flippers. We adapt. And some of us have gotten into the financial world, right? Because you're seeing a client. Many of them don't have a living trust. So you're able to connect and get paid on that. Right now, many of us, they have a client and they have investment properties and they don't want to buy no more investment properties. You can put them into what's it called, Caroline? DST, deferred what?
Oh, you got deferred. You could do a deferred sales trust or a Delaware statutory trust. Two different things, but both ways to defer capital gains.
Point being, everybody, those are the products that we train during the classes. Know all the specifics behind them, but it's enough to pull the client in to say, Angel, you brought me more information than the other guy. We're going with you, whether they use the products or not. Okay. So, point being, everybody, right now, when you go to these appointments, when you're going to deliver, you need to deliver in a way that they're going to choose you as a realtor. And to back up, that's where the niche comes in, and all those classes are in your portal. Is there any other questions I can help you guys with and answer?
Angel, I have a question that you may not be able to answer, but maybe somebody in the class can. This is Kathy. How you guys doing?
Good morning.
Does anyone know how to set up an assisted living or what the rules are for selling an assisted living facility?
Oh man, look at that.
Johnny knows. Johnny
Yep,
knows.
I call
And it
Johnny.
just happened that I think Johnny's in today's class out of all classes. You see what I mean?
Is he on?
The right place at the right time. He was earlier.
Johnny
Oh
was
man,
there?
yeah.
I think
Johnny owns what, 3, 4? I think he's buying his 4th one right now.
He's going on his 4th or
I'll
5th.
send you his contact information in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
And I also put in directions, guys. I don't want everybody asking me later, copy and paste. How to find the investing and flips under your portal. So you go to classroom.
Classroom right here.
Yep, classroom, and then right under the, click on it, did you click on it? It's slow, huh? Blueprint implementation. And then under the blueprint implementation, you will find listing presentation materials. Listing age, yep, right there. Listing presentation materials. And if you scroll down, there is wholesale and investing, investing in flips, analyzing deals for flips, all of that good stuff in there, guys.
And in the net sheet, we built it all in one. So you can get your download there. All
And do
right.
you have to be a member to be able to view this?
Olga, you're an implementation member, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
but
you
it's-
have access to all of that.
Okay, great.
We'll walk you
I
through it.
definitely a pain. I don't want to deal with it.
Angel, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. No, the question I had was, I had submitted a flip scenario to you in the portal, but I never heard back from anyone. I don't know if it actually made it to you or if it didn't, or if it wasn't of interest. How do we know? Do you give positive and negative feedback? Yes, we're interested. No, we're not interested.
Yeah,
I
we
think
saw.
call text Kevin. You got Kevin's number. Text Kevin. I think because lately, he's a coach for both of my grandsons. It's the office 2 days a week to go coach, and I think that put him behind you. So when did you send it to him? And then I've been gone.
It was last week. We've already gotten several offers. We countered back to them already, but I never heard back from you guys. That's why I was just wondering if I missed an email or a response or something.
No. Let me talk to Kevin. That's a good question. He's fired. Remind me to fire Kevin when I see him, Lily. Okay.
I love firing people.
All right. I hope this is really helpful, everybody. My goal is to make sure that, I bring enough value to all of you. I'm a realtor, just like all of you. I run a team, which my team, honestly, it's me and Patty, which is my wife, as you all know, Cindy, my transaction coordinator, and Lily, right? And then I have team members, which just to kind of break it down, I didn't do it on this one. When I go to listing appointments, it'll be Chris and Carolina. Those are the two that I send to my listing appointments, right? Kevin is ready to go, but Kevin handles all my flips. Keith is my other son, and he handles the training for my office, which we invite you all now to our training on Fridays. It's a different type of a training, but it's things that we still use for our business, right? And then, as you all know, that's it. That's my team. I have nobody else. Or did I miss anybody, Lily? No,
The
huh?
VAs?
Okay. Yes, I have 5 VAs. I use 3 for myself, right? And I use 2 for my younger son, Connor, who's doing wholesaling. He does not work for me directly, but I cover his VAs because he's 22-year-old and I'm trying to build his business. So rather than him going to college, he's still going to college. No, he isn't no more. That's my contribution to him to help him grow his business. So, but I cover my one VA manages the other 4. Okay. And that's it. That's really my team. We modified and improvised the sheet that goes out to all our seller leads, which is is it the blueprint? It is, right, Lily? The resume.
Yes.
Where is it?
Under, go ahead and go on it. You guys, I did put my office phone number on there. So if you guys ever want to call me for a question, you can call me, or you can always text the CRM phone number with your questions as well.
I called that
Um,
number and nobody answers.
No way, Rudy. One time. And that was when I had that one property that had like 25 offers and I was not answering the phone. I told him, I was like, I'm not picking up the phone. Too many people are calling me. I was like, realtors. Sometimes if you want a faster response, I'm just saying, if you're calling an office and they don't answer you, send them an email and say, hey, I would like an update on the offer. And that's it. And then they'll email you back quickly.
Hey, I want to share one win that I had recently.
Tell us.
Over the last couple of months, I hit and miss making phone calls, expired, not as diligent as I should have been. But one of them that I called initially, she said, not interested, had a list with 2 other realtors. They failed me. I'm not interested. No way, no how. And that's okay, no problem. So I was going through my list a few weeks later, a month later, whatever it was. I called her again, and she actually took the time to listen to me and hear me out. And she said, well, I'm at work. Can you call me back later at this time? I said, sure, I'll call you back, but give me a time you really want me to call you back or not. She said, yeah. Called her back. We had a great conversation. Her issue, she couldn't move because she didn't have a place to move to, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll talk again for it. Now, she called me yesterday, and she says, hey, Reggie, I changed my mind. I'm ready to list right now. So it's like the fourth contact. And then, so we have an appointment to go list a property.
How old was that lead?
It wasn't expired. I don't remember how long. It had been expired. Well, she had it listed with 2 other agents over the course of, so I think the last time she had it listed was probably about 4 months ago, 5 months ago.
And in your system, you've had it for 4 months?
I've had it for probably about 2.
2 months, but there it is. I mean, on some of these, it's just a long-term follow-up. Good job, Reggie. And you did that on your own without a VA. Good job.
Yeah, I've been having some good. I signed one listing. One property went on the market yesterday. We had another one that went on the market. That one I was telling you about. It was a wholesale. The seller decided to go live, so we listed that one. We already have offers on both of those. I just closed an escrow, and then I got another one that's going to be another listing that's coming up. So yeah, it's been a good couple of weeks for me.
Look, guys. So right now, I already did this. This is my agenda. I know what I was doing this morning already when I woke up. Okay. I didn't make it to the office, so I'm doing this from my house. Lily got stuck in traffic, right? And then my class with you guys, right? 99. And then I got problems down here, 99. I'll get that out of the way.
We definitely need to set some time aside for problems, guys. That was me this morning.
So
you got 99
now,
problems, but a listing ain't one.
say again?
99 problems, but a listing ain't one.
A
You guys don't know
99.
that?
No.
No, they don't know that.
It's a song. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh.
one, Reggie.
So I have an appointment coming in. We're listing 3 properties. The biggest transfer of wealth. I'm negotiating 2 offers right now. All right. I made a sign that I'm going to meet the guy here that says Angel and Patty's private gym. Right. And then look, I blocked out an hour and a half to make my calls today. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be on the phone making calls. And then the Witty magazine, I got to pay the guy $1,000. And there's a guy named Michael who keeps calling me. I was on vacation. Michael, are you there? I'll be calling you today, okay? But see, Michael, you are on my agenda today to call you. He's one of our members. Point being is, this morning, everybody, when my day started, my day was already planned out. Okay. Karina,
I found the stuff really quick if you want me to show them really quick.
you what?
I can show them your resume.
All right, let's see.
Oops.
Go right ahead.
Let's see. Share. Okay. So again, this is the school. You go under your classrooms, under the implementation bundle, you're gonna click on marketing material. So it's under marketing material, and you scroll down, booklets, magazine, and billboard templates. You just click on the links and it'll open it up for you. Oops.
Which one is it though?
Well, you just have to click on them, but it's marketing booklet for templates. So
Oh,
when you
there it
click on
is.
it'll open it up. So this is the front page and the back page. And then
That's
when
the
you
old
click on
one.
the next link, oh, we need to update the new one. You're right.
That's what I was meaning. Is the new one on there?
Oh, let me see.
I kept asking you. You
this
said
one.
yes.
Oh, let's see.
Everybody, I asked Lily
We
3
always
times.
adapt.
I asked Lily 3 times, did you upload the new one? And she keeps telling me yes. So
Well, you know what? You know what? Correction. You know what? I take full responsibility. Because I could have been like, oh, it was there, but it was in Kajabi, and then we switched over to this one, you
yeah,
know?
that one's fine. That was like
Definitely put it in
super
there.
old. It still gives a good idea, but it's super old. And by the way, guys, the booklet is an illusion. The booklet doesn't mean it has what it has, but it makes it look like you guys do a lot for them, and you only have a few seconds to get their attention, and that's why we send that booklet. It's only 2 pages. I don't know what it costs me, but it's cheaper than getting something that's 4 or 5 pages, and it's all summarized into one sheet. Okay. So when we get a lead, that's what they get. Again, it doesn't guarantee you the business, but it somehow, if it lands on their desk, someone's going to like it and someone's going to call you. All
I
right.
just want to say, look at all of this information on here that is just a click away for some information that you guys can use and copy. So definitely mess around with your portal and click on all of those good stuff so you can see what's in there.
With regard to the yard signs, if I wanted to do that right and get it set up with the right amount of initial yard signs and frames and all that, would you estimate that initial output on that is, Angel, about 500-600?
The cost?
For the yard signs. I mean,
I think the signs, the actual sign is like $20, depending on where you go. Remember, mine are, what is it? I think 20 by 20. Everybody's 20 by 18. Okay. And don't get the corrugated board, everybody, because the corrugated board, they don't last in a long time. The corrugators want the little holes. Okay. And I get the ones that are plastic. All right. And then Reggie, they put a film over it. If they print on the board, it comes off fast. When you go wipe them off, it comes off fast. So if you get the board with the film over it, it looks shiny. It looks really good. Okay.
Yeah, I used to be in printing. I know how that. Yeah, that you're 100% right on that. Yeah.
So 25, I think it's going to cost you like $40 a sign if you get the extra big ones. Okay. Not everybody does them. So you got to find the guy that will do the signs a little bit bigger. Rudy drives all the way down here. There's 2 guys that we utilize here locally. One is Juan.
Juan's the man.
Yeah, one is
Yep,
Juan.
Juan did mine too.
But when Juan does yours, tell him to
I like
give
Bob.
you.
I like Bob and Juan.
Yeah, Bob is more expensive. No, actually, no. Bob is done. He matches the prices. So Bob is both are hard. Bob understands faster, but Bob gets creative. Unfortunately, he'll do his version. And when people send me the piece, I'll go, Bob, you know what the hell I'm looking for. Because it's just fancy, right? And I can't see our team member, our members' name on there. So on the average,
A-frame and signs are probably about $60.
no, I think 60 you're paying too much. I think
Yeah, it's like 50.
It's 50,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
50.
It's like 49 bucks.
So
Yeah.
so I spent $50 on mine. I bought 20 signs, so I spent $1,000. What I also need, what we're going to get is the flags and the riders. So that's my next purchase, and I purchased mine from Bob. Super easy to communicate, all done over email until he unlimited revisions till he got it right, and then when he picked him up.
Can
If
someone drop
you're
his
gonna-
number in the chat, please?
I will. I'll put
Okay.
it in that Bob,
Guys,
right? Joe?
when you do your riders, right? I realized that my rider's 6 inches. All right. If it goes beyond 6 inches, they kept falling. All right. Then after a while, your signs will start to open up too much. And when you pile them up, many of you pile them up in the back of your car, they start to scratch, just an FYI. So I have the back of my vans where I had a frame set up where it holds them. And I used to have them on a pickup truck, but for ladies, it's too hard. So I'm going to encourage you to find someone that put up your signs. If you have a teenage son, put him to work. You have a teenage daughter, put her to work. If she's young enough and she's driving, honey, I'm gonna pay for your college. You're gonna put up my signs. All right. So delegate to your family as much as you possibly can. Okay. 10
Oh,
6,
really quick,
everybody.
I did put the numbers in the chat so you can go ahead and screenshot and save them. Also, all my school members that are here, I would love for you guys to join us tomorrow, Wednesday at 9 a.m. I'm going to go ahead and
Tomorrow's
invite you
good.
guys. Yes, we're going to invite Andy. A lot of them are like, oh, I want to see a face because we talk about Andy, but Andy has classes Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we don't see much of him. But he'll be with us tomorrow at 9 a.m. so he can go ahead and let
What
us know.
coincidence that Andy has the same name as what's it called?
Andy, the guy from Toy Story.
Toy Story. Well,
Woody and Andy.
Yeah.
All right, everybody.
Oh, implementation members, I'm texting you and emailing you the link for our meeting at 10:15 a.m.
Okay.
Thank you.
Angel, you said that you do a different phone number now for your for sale signs?
No, it's my office number or my cell number. That's it. I'm
You
not
said it
using
was a
tracking
tracking
numbers.
number.
Yeah, I stopped using tracking numbers.
Oh, you did? Okay.
All right.
All right.
Okay,